Hi guys, here's another video. I've got this LG washing machine which I've been having a look at online to show you the actual images here. And the seller says the bearings, there's a problem with the bearings and the machine's just stopped working. You see in the description there. I've offered him 20 quid and he's accepted, so I've gone around and collected it. And here it is to show you around the unit. To show you here, you can see the the spider or the bearings gone. So what I'm going to do is just pull the unit apart, see if I can find exactly what the problem is. So you can see me just dismantling the unit. And I'm just removing the control panel here. And once I've got that out of the way, it's just a matter of moving this bottom cover. And then I've got to remove the door, because I've got to take the top out and have a look. Just unplug the door switch there. Okay, I'm just going to tuck the soap tray around the back here and remove this front panel, and then I've got to undo the wires at the back for the motor. And here you can see I'm just removing the tub. And now that I've got that out, just got to remove the door seal, grey thing there. Got that off. Okay, so let me just show you here. You can see the plane, the drum there. And let me show you from this angle here. It's moving around this much, which suggests it's probably the bearings, as the seller stated. So what I'm going to do is dismantle the units. So first thing I've got to do is undo this nut at the back of the motor, which is just too tight. So I have to resort to electrics. Get my hammer gun on it. And as you can see there, I've managed to undo the nut. So it's just a matter of getting this back section of the motor off, which has got magnets in it, so it will cause some resistance. You can see there it's been rubbing against the actual motor itself. So I'll just put that to one side for the minute with the nut. And then it's just a matter of undoing the retaining bolts. I'll just flip it over and show you. There's some bolts that go all the way around the side, bolt the top together. I'm just undoing them there. Speed this section up because there's quite a few bolts there. Okay, I've pretty much got them all undone here. Now it's just a matter of removing them all and put them to one side. That's all this section also. Okay, now that that's done, it's just a matter of splitting the top now. Just pull it apart and it should just split like so. And see if I can get the I'll show you inside of the front cover of the tub. Because the drum has been moving around, it's caused a bit of friction burn inside there. It's not much though. And then it's just a matter of removing the drum, which is seized in. You can see here, usually it just comes straight out, but might have to apply a bit of force to remove the drum from the tub. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the nut back on and just tighten it up, because I'm going to have to give it a clout with the hammer, because the drum spider is probably stuck onto the bearings. So I'll just give it a clout there, and you can see some movement there. So it's just a matter of getting the nut off. Just going to remove the nut here. Now that I've got movement. That's a nut off, just put it back into the section there. Okay, you can see I've got the drum off, but it seems like one of the bearings is seized on. You can see there. So I've got to see if I can get that off. And let me just show you here. The inner bearings seized onto the shaft of the spider, and the outer bearing still in place. You can see there, rusted. So I'm going to have to deal with that in a bit. That's the outer bearing there. Quite a bit of rust around there, so it must have been leaking from there also. Okay, so what I've got to do is remove this bearing from the spider shaft. I'm just going to use my electric wire brush to get rid of this rust. So you can see me just buffing it, just get rid of the rust. Okay, now that I've removed the rust, I'm just going to put a bit of oil around here, just to help it to free off, see if I can get some movement on it. I don't want to heat it up to remove it. I just want to try and work it off. So I'll put some oil around it, just going to give it a clout with the hammer all the way around. As you can see there, let's give it a whack. And it's starting to come apart. You can see here, just got a bit of movement there. So I'm just going to work that. See if we can get it to come off. The oil's just starting to penetrate the rust inside the shaft. Just put a bit more oil on there. And just carry on working it. Just use a bit of tissue because this bearing's a bit dirty. So you can see me just working it. Just trying to get the bearing off the shaft of the spider. Nearly there. And there you can see I've managed to successfully remove the bearings without heating it up. That's the old bearings obviously. So now that I've done that, I'm just going to remove the seal. That's the seal there, water seal. Okay, so now that I've got all this free, it's just a matter of clean up the area. So what I'm going to do is get me wire brush out again and just buff the whole area. You can see there, just going to clean up this shaft for when I get the new bearings so it fits on nicely. Yeah, I've got it nice and shiny now, got rid of all the rust. Okay, so let's get a close up here. So at this stage, what I've got to do now is remove the outer bearings, which is still stuck in here, still stuck in the tub. So what I'm going to do before that is going to give it a blast, get rid of some of this soap. All this grey stuff inside is just soap and lint and fluff, which should come off once it gets wet. So I'm going to use my jet wash just to remove it, just keep it a bit clean. You can see there, got all the bits on the go. And I'm just going to clean the parts that I've removed, the panels that I've removed also. Just going to give them a clean also. And I'm just going to clean the inside of this housing and leave it for a few days to dry out, because there's some electrics in there. Okay, so I'm just going to put the tub on top of this bucket and I'm going to knock the outer bearings out, as you see there. Let's give it a whack. And you heard the bearings fall out into the bucket there. Let me just show you. That's the outer bearing. It's just fell out into the bucket, as you see there. That's well and truly knackered. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just give this housing a clean, bearing housing, with me wire brush. That's the inside bearing housing clean. I'm just going to do the same on the outside. Just get that clean, get rid of all this rust. and then take anticipation for the new bearing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, see it starts to clean there. I'm just going to order some bearings. I'm just going to get the sizes. You can measure the bearings. Also, if you look here, the bearings do have sizes. There's a size there. That's the inner bearing, and the outer bearing. There's a size for it there. And I've just typed it into Google, and I've managed to track down same size bearings with a seal for £20, and I've ordered it. And this will take a few days, so in the meantime, like I said, I'm just going to wait for the unit to dry out, and I'll just do a bit of cosmetics, because you can see here just a bit of rust on the top of the door housing or the door frame. So I'm just going to sand that off with some sandpaper and just clean it off with this pattern cleaner, you see there. And then I'm just going to give it a light coat of white paint just to make it look a bit more tidier. And as you can see there, it's a lot more better now. Just got to wait for that to dry. Okay, so to show you the parts there, where I've cleaned them, you can see inside the housing for the machine here is nice and clean also, and nice and dry as well. It's been about 5 days. So what I've got to do is to show you here, these are the old bearings and the new bearings have arrived. I've just got to compare the two, make sure they're the right sizes. So these are the new bearings. I'll just put them up against the old bearings and seal, and so far so good. They look like the right sizes. Just show you a close up here. That's the seal, that's the inner bearing, and that's the outer bearing, and they look perfect, right sizes. So it's just a matter of fitting them. Let me just separate them here. Let me just show you how they fit on the spider. That's the oil seal, which fits over here, and then the inner seal fits on here like so, and then the outer seal fits on there. This is what it looks like when it's actually fitted into the tub, which I've got to press into the tub now. Just get these off here. Get these removed from here. And then what I've got to do is, this is the tub. I've got to press the new bearings into the tub. So I could just pop them on the outside. It'll just sit on the outside here. Just press that in and it'll sit there. Obviously you can't push it all the way in, but it's got to be pressed in. I'll do the same with the outer bearing. Just pop that on the outside like so, and then I'm just going to use my compression tool to squash the bearings in, and I'm going to use the old bearings on the outside to assist to press the bearings in. As you can see here, you can probably hear the bearings and see them actually going in as I'm winding them in both sides with the compression tool. So you can hear the bearings just squeezing in there. And I'm pretty happy with that. Let me show you here. That's the outer bearing in situ. And this is the inner bearing in place. As you can see there, they're both pressed in all the way. Now that that's done, it's just a matter of fitting the seal, the water seal. That's the water seal there. It's just a matter of fitting that. It just presses in. Just push it in all the way. Sometimes you gotta hammer them in, but I managed to get this one in successfully just by pushing it in. and that's pushed in home all the way. Okay, so now that that's done, just gonna put a bit of grease around the seal and around the inner of the bearings, just to help it to slide onto the shaft easier. Just put a bit of grease around there. And now that that's done, it's just a matter of fitting the tub over the drum, like so. And it's just, you can see me just refitting this section of the motor and just putting a nut back in here. And then just tighten that back up. And then it's just a matter of fitting the tub two arms back together, as you can see here. Just lining them up how they came off originally. And then it's just a matter of putting the bolts back in. I think it's about 10 bolts to go around the outside once I've flipped it over. And there you see I flipped it over. So it's just a matter of putting the 10 bolts, I think it is, all the way back around the sides. And then here you can see me just tightening them back up. I'll just go around and tighten them up one by one in opposite directions. See there. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So that's pretty much done in regards to the bearings and the tub. You can see there, nice and stiff again. So I'm just going to refit this door seal, which I have done here. And it's just a matter of putting this tub back into the frame, which I'll do lively. You can see me just fitting the tub back into the housing. Just connecting all the cables and the pipes. Front panels fitted there, and the control panels on also. And at the back I'm just sort of reconnecting all the wires which I removed for the motor. Okay, here's the unit finished now. Let me just show you here. That's the unit complete. I've obviously left the top wood off, but let me just show you here. No more movement. It's solid, as you can see there. And let me show you around the unit here. So you see nice and tidy inside here also, very nice and clean, the whole thing. Okay, so all I've got to do now is connect the hose, connect the water supply and the power, put some soap powder in here, and then just put a couple of cloths in there to test it. Okay, there was an error, I'd imagine, because the bearing was so knackered. So what this machine will do is reset itself. It will recognize that there was a problem. These lights are solid. They seem flashing here, but they are solid. It's just that when they're outside, the sunlight gets on them, it looks like they're flashing, but they're not. They are solid. Okay, so if I just start a program here, set it to cotton, and start a program, you'll see here, this light starts strobing across, because it's checking, because it recognized that there was a problem before, so it's kind of resetting itself. And as it's doing that, you'll see the tub start to spin, the drum, which is a good sign. And you can see it's starting to fill up with water there, the salt tray filling up. I'll show you here. You see it just start to spin here. And if I go back up to the time, which I've got to cover because, like I said, it's outside, it makes it look like lights are flashing, but they're not. See there, solid orange light there. And as you can see, the program started and it's 1 hour and 14 minutes left. So I'm just going to leave that to run. Let me show you around the unit here. That's the, you can hear the water filling up via the soap tray. Mixing the motor at the back there, spinning. The stepper motor. So like I said, I'm just going to try it a few times, different programs, see how it functions. Okay, as you can see, it's filled up with soap and it's going through its process. So far so good. Let me show you the back here. You can see the motor spinning there, the stepper motor spinning from left to right. And let me show you underneath here. You can see there's no leaks. It's nice and clean inside here. No leaks at all. So I'm just going to continuously check this, make sure it's running okay. Make sure it's running fine. Just the top view you can see. And this machine type squirts water into the tub. You can see there from the orange jet there. It squirts the water inside the tub as it's spinning. 53 minutes left. And it seems to be running fine. There's no problems whatsoever as yet. So I'm pretty satisfied with that so far. See the jet there. Okay. Still, it's just doing spinning. This little time later, still testing it. And here you can see it's just starting to drain off. It's nearly at the end of its cycle. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is clean the hood. This is the top cover. Get rid of this sticker, and then all I'm going to do is just clean here. Just spray it with some kitchen cleaner and give it a little clean, because I think this sticker is letting it down. Doesn't need to be there anyway. You see there, that's finished. Just give it a dry, and that looks a lot better. So I've put the top cover back on, as you can see there. And to show you, it's nearly in the cycle. It's just drained off into the drain here, and it's nearly at the end of its cycle. And it's a surprisingly quiet machine. Okay, 1 minute left, and it's finished, as you can hear there. And that was successful. I've still got to do a few more tests, make sure it's running fine, but I'm pretty satisfied with that. The way it's been operating, no problems as yet, but I'm going to test it on a few different settings, wash settings, while I have it, including a full load. But I'm pretty satisfied with that. So with that, thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.